The idea of a 9 to 5 is actually not bad. It's just that Nigeria does not have a working system.
We don't look down on those who do either of the two from either side.
We shouldn't.
We shouldn't. We never should. We are all endowed and gifted in different ways.
Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Tomorrow, where we talk about everything and anything as it concerns you. So today is yet another day where we'll be discussing something that interests you. I bet, don't worry, it really does interest you. It's a conversation that we want to draw some strong, hard conclusions by way of discussing it. We're asking a question: business or white collar job? Let it sink in. Business or white collar? Which one would you go for? No, let me try to explain it. You know, there is Nigerian universities produce several millions of graduates annually. These graduates, upon leaving school, face the world almost all by themselves. That almost self is us being me trying to be generous. If you get, they search for jobs and looking for the next big thing. Getting an ideal job is another kettle of fish entirely. In Nigeria, you need months and months of going to videos. You fast to get what we sometimes call a breakthrough, something we share testimonies for in church and wherever your place of worship is. So would you rather turn to private business if a good 9 to 5 job seems beyond reach? Some say business pays more. Who knows? We'll find out today. So I'm not alone. Today, again, we are going to be doing an all men show. That's what's going on today again. And Mr. Serial, it's always a pleasure to have you in the house. I grow maybe a little bit, some centimeters on the inside when you're around.
I'm flattered.
Thank you for your presence. Thank you for joining.
It's a pleasure.
And the fine boy David, always living up to his reputation. See what you're wearing again. Welcome to the show, David.
Nice to be on the show.
So you heard the question: business or I won't start with Mr. Serial now. I want to start with you. To a very large extent, you might not know in the house, as far as this topic is concerned, on this table, David is in the eye of the storm, if you get what I'm trying to say. So, David, 9 to 5 of business, ideally, if you had both of them dropped on your table and you could just choose, going by what you already know about, blah, 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 what would you go for? Business. Defend your answer.
As much as I would say business, I would still say one has to start from a 9 to 5.
I like where you're coming from.
Because first of all, business does not just wake up. You have to start somewhere.
Okay.
And starting up a business is like growing a baby. You have to feed that business for 2-3 years. You have to run at sometimes a loss just to hold your business together. Because if people that feel that you start business today, you start making it today, it's a lie.
Say it again, please. Say it again.
People that feel that if you start business today, you start making it today, it's a lie. Unless you are actively cheating someone. Which, if you check it...
If you are a Ronaldinho, you dey dribble.
If you check it, the idea of a 9 to 5 is actually not bad. It's just that Nigeria does not have a working system.
The peculiarity of our society
makes a 9 to 5 feel bad. The 9 to 5 starts from the lowest of the lowest, the minimum wage job. The minimum salary.
The ones at the last rung of the ladder.
Lowest, exactly. Minimum salary now is 70. They said, Abi. So let's say
they 70. Said they never pay.
We never.
It's a we are reminding them. We're reminding you. We're reminding you.
Okay. You start from a 9 to 5 that pays you 70. In this economy, that everything is expensive. It is hard. It's difficult.
It's not. But let me not go there.
But fine. At least you are earning something. You are making your budget. You are putting down your savings. Abi,
it's almost impossible.
You work. Let's say 3 years in a working system. If you work 1-2 years, you are prone to 6 months. If you work 6 months, you are prone to what's the word? Promotion.
Okay, if you've worked for 6 months.
6 months. And
9 to 5, yeah?
Yes, 9 to 5.
And
you are prone for
okay.
promotion.
Or a raise.
Or a raise. Now, in Nigeria, 10 years.
Bro,
nothing for you.
Bro.
You are still in the same spot.
Wow.
There are even instances where you are working the same job, but because you've gotten to a specific level of expertise now, with or without the certificate, they will just change the name of the position. You are no longer a this. You are now a that. The same thing you are doing, but now that you are a that, you can now have assistant under you. You can now have a secretary. That's the working system.
To study you pen when they fire you.
You see, they might not even fire you. But
so that
they
transfer your knowing to another person.
Exactly.
Without you knowing.
Exactly. Now, imagine someone working a 9 to 5 and you put 20% of your salary down for 3, 4, 5 years. You can now say, okay, I can start something small. You can be doing it with your 9 to 5. You can, I have people that write for me. I have people that read for me, proofread for me. I pay them way less than I should have, but still.
You are paying.
I'm still paying because I'm not letting you do much work actually. So I'm paying you anyways. And I still do other things. I still do my 9 to 5.
This conversation
I still do my 9 to 5, David. I still do my 9 to 5.
We are shooting out of all cannons like this one.
I still do my 9 to 5. I'm growing a business. I know that out of my 9 to 5 money,
David, okay. Wait. Thank you. You are a lot. Let me put it like that. Mr. Cyril.
Brother.
9 to 5.
Yeah.
Or a business. What's your comment? Your introductory comment?
So I grew up in a business environment.
Okay.
Because my dad had private business he was doing. In fact, businesses he was doing. 3 or 4 more of them at the same time. My mom was running one of the arms of the, let's say, conglomerate she was running one of them. So we grew up in that sort of, and it was good. Yeah, but I don't think there was a conscious attempt to drag us to carry us along and say, this is business. It's what we do as a family. It's tradition.
You must do.
Yes, you must do, or get to learn it very thoroughly, possibly earn a degree in that, so they can come back and keep the the base on
family business. Yeah.
But I learned the business side of me from my mom because of my direct interaction with her. But I wouldn't say even that amounted to orientating me to become a businessman. Yeah, so there are 2 different things. And I think that the skills I saw in myself growing up were that I wanted to be a writer, not even as much as a speaker, but a writer. So I know that I invested a lot in trying to become a writer. So that automatically meant I was going to either be a writer substantively or work in a space where writing would be demanded. And that again didn't look like something I could do as an entrepreneur. So 9 to 5 was basically the first thing I got involved in doing. It could have been a newspaper, it could have been TV, it could have been anywhere, but now I'm in TV anyway. So I think that mine is already sort of a defined path, which is to say 9 to 5. Yes. And the thing is this, we don't look down on those who do either of the 2 from either side.
We shouldn't.
We never should. We are all endowed and gifted in different ways. And believe me, it's just that we are trying to, what's the word now? We are trying to draw fine lines. Otherwise, in every businessman is a 9 to 5. In every 9 to 5, there's an element of business in the person. It's just that it takes context to bring out what part of you is being demanded at any given time. You know what I mean? So, so we all have that somewhere. Now, for me, I think that what faith helped me to discover is the fact that I agree with David completely. And it was Miles Monroe who thought about this thing. There's a particular teaching he did. He said, you are supposed to have a job and work.
Job. A job. And is that the teaching he said God gave Adam work before wife?
I can't remember.
I remember him saying that too.
But there's job, then there's your work. So your work is his work is what he's doing. The writing is doing and people are proofreading for him. That's his work actually. So even if there was no job, he would have been working. Because there's a natural gift.
I'll be like you when I grow up.
Because there's a natural gift to deploy, to use. And by doing that, you're working. A job is where you've been given placement. You've been given and then you've been awarded pay. Likely you've been awarded a title. And there are some very strict definitions. Sometimes people who love their work even work on the job. You know what I mean? Your job. So that's why when we see people who I mean, in that teaching, I think it was Max Money was talking about people who gossip a lot. Even on the job. You know, because their work is gossip.
Oh my God.
And after, when the job, your job is the 9 to 5, right? When it has ended, what do they continue doing?
Their work.
Their work is what they call it.
Their work.
So,
which is to the top.
Yes. So if your job and your work became the same thing, I think you're blessed. But what you should seek to do, he said that the reason you have your work in the morning is, your job in the morning is, in the morning, so how did he put it in Ecclesiastes? I said, in the morning, cast your,
I've forgotten.
Plant your seed. Let me put it that way. In the evening, withhold not your hand.
Thy hand, yeah.
There are two different things. In the morning,
Yeah.
you are giving something out because you've been mandated to do something. I mean, if you have an employer, don't waste his time. You must do the work there.
Give the value.
But in the evening, your hand, your body, your mind, that is your work. Don't hold it back. So you're supposed to go to work in the morning, do your job, come back in the evening, continue with your work. You cannot separate a man from his work. So if you have a job, what you do is keep the job because it will give you regular monthly pay. Then out of it, try to set up your work also. So after your job in the morning, you come in the evening. If it's a shop, if it's a whatever it is, because you can't lay all your eggs in one basket. We are in Lagos where markets get burnt. I mean, just wait for election time to come. You hear that that is the election time that the fire that burns markets knows that it has work to do. So you can't do that. If you have a job and you have work, is good. But by the time you want to now fully cut off from maybe job to do the work full time, you should have had enough muscle to say, okay, maybe 1, 2 different outlets or 3, so that way you have risk insurance. You know, that sort of thing.
Yes.
But job and work, you really have to weigh it properly. You know, because this work thing, brother. Do you know that David spoke my mind again when he said, if you're not cheating someone actively,
and you want to
do you
overnight,
know that after 4 years in university, if you now want to learn work, maybe you want to now open a shop or something, and you want to go and do one boy, you know one boy.
You want to learn under someone.
You want to go and learn under maybe at Alaba.
The Eastern way.
Model. He's 7 years old.
Hey.
7 solid years of learning.
Of peanuts payment.
Which payment? See they do. It's in a payment.
Which payment? 7 years. I don't want to reconcile the two. Me, I think that one thing people can take away from this discussion today is whatever it is you want to be, please know it on time. And
which one you want to do?
Yes.
Decide early.
None of the two obviates one going to school. Frank, yes, but you need to know on time what your path is going to be, and please give it.
You know, to put something to it, we are discussing 9 to 5. We're discussing owning a business, and I like the perspective of that Mr. Seal has brought into it about work. That's to, finding something on the inside of you that you can put into into practice and hone your skill and be better at it. I feel it leads into the conversation of, especially because of our society, it enters the conversation of whether or not formal education is everything. My past president at my department, there was one day we had that conversation. I remember saying what I said that day. I heard it from somebody, that what I said in the intro, millions of graduates every year, no jobs. I am privileged to know how to make footwears with my hands. I learned the skill. When I started, I saw everything they were doing. I remember thinking to myself, now that I think about it, it's funny. But I remember thinking to myself that you take for you. Because you want to learn something from an expert. And you are asking yourself real questions, you will be depressed because you just feel, my Lord. I remember the first time I tried doing something, there's a precision that is needed in cutting a particular thing. I cut it and I botched it. And I thought to myself, oh my God. Where I'm going is now, some people need to extra insurance when doing that particular thing. What I mean is they have to, a lot of markings has to be there so that they can be correct. All I do is bim, and with my eyes, it's like I have a third eye now that I don't need. All my other friends that know the jobs, they're like, how do you do that stuff? And I'm trying to educate. I can't really explain.
Mastery has come in.
Mastery has come in such that thing that I botched, I remember botching it. I remember the emotions that went through me, and I had to go to my seniors that I don't mess up again. And he just took because of his expertise. Then my mess up, he just looked at it and said, I should calm down. His own expertise, he just rebranded it. And I was laughing. He created something out of it. So where I'm going is, after I was done, a few months into it, my friends that know that because of my wealth of my circle, they know you are into this. Oh, do this for me. This woman, do this, send it to I was doing it, getting money, doing this. The first 6 months into it, that Christmas, I bought chicken they had bought the chicken in the house for Christmas. As they had bought the chicken in the house, my friends, my own house, we normally host people. I thank God for that. I learned it from my parents. During Christmas, people come to us. My cousins come to us. There's this bond. And immediately where I was working, they already knew, oh, you are a Christian, we are coming around. And I was like, I don't want mommy to say my own visitors took all. So I got 1 or 2 jobs. As I went to the back, bought one chicken, brought it home. What are you doing?
You to did something.
I killed you. What I'm saying is,
to call yourself a man.
In 6 months, in 6 months,
yes,
I had value
that
I could exchange
for
value.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, what we exchange is value in society. What we used to measure that value is money. So I had value that someone could measure for a particular price and see that it is worth it and give me something for it. Most of our 4-year courses don't confer that value on us.
Sadly.
Most of it, not all.
Sadly.
Most of it. I hear people that are very brilliant. You know, people that you were social prefect in secondary school, and this person was head boy, head girl. This person was, was debate team leader. You know, I'm saying all that to explain or paint the image of how good they are intellectually. And you then ask, oh, you are in school now, yeah, what are you doing? They gave me linguistic. Now botany they do. It's not like those courses in itself there, but I know people that are definitely doing those courses to a particular end in mind. I know some people doing Chinese language, and the end is as clear as crystal. There is going to be value in that person when the person is done. The international relations, there are courses that don't seem so, but there are courses that you just know that this person is going, and you come out, and your mind is 9 to 5. And at the end of the day, there is a lawyer working at a bank. There is a farmer working in the bank.
You see, Nigeria does not interrogate these things. And for me, because on this, I've said it time and again that I'm all for genius. I'm all for productivity. I'm all for the ultimate attainment of human potential. So when we hear and see these things, let's ask ourselves, if anybody who is, in quote, out of joint, you know what I mean, out of joint, doctor doing working as anybody who is working now and isn't doing it in search of fulfillment, we need to urgently redirect. Because in the end, we're not helping ourselves, and we're not helping them. You are depriving society of the huge benefit and blessing
That will-
yes,
yes,
that
yes.
will accrue from
Yes.
who they are.
Yes. Yes.
And even they too are not being helped.
Yes.
What is someone who read banking and finance and what is he doing? He's in a mechanic workshop. Doing what exactly?
I have a cousin that studied sociology, and when he was done, he went to the mechanic workshop to learn.
Imagine that.
While all through school studying sociology, he sent himself, he was trading in clothing. And when he was done, he had to go and learn, stay in the Meko, what we call Meko village, learn how to bolt this, tie this knot, do this, do this.
Does he?
Get dirty. Even if we
He's
always
happy
tell
doing it.
ourselves, he said his focus was, I can exchange this value like this. If I learn it,
You know
over
the
this
problem.
course of time.
Sorry to cut in. You know the problem. Sometimes you look at the illustrious forebears in sociology, Auguste Comte, Max Weber, and you want to tell me that the great grandchild of these great thinkers, having gone through the crucible of their learning, he's telling me that what he wants to do is to carry
Two spanner.
my God.
It's painful. The thought is somehow.
Frankly speaking, when you look at the great philosophers who have contributed to that field of study, and to think that you are now there as an offshoot of that,
Prodigy.
and what you're going to do after, you know why? Again, because you ask us in Nigeria today, what is the use of a sociologist? Not that it is not there, but what is it? You know what I mean?
Yes.
When we talk of botany and zoology, do you know that in this climate, botany, that's study of plants, right?
Yes.
Nigeria ought to be a world beater in plant science.
Yes.
Because there was
Yes.
till tomorrow. I'm looking for that plant. When I was in primary 4.
Oh, a plant that is sweet.
Yes.
I feel like that plant is only sweet for children.
No. It's not sugary sweet.
It's not sugar.
It's not sugar.
It's just when you
Yes, we used to pluck
it. It doesn't
it.
taste like normal leaf.
Yes.
It's a bit sweet.
Yes.
Are
And
you
that's-
eating the leaf?
You are
You eat
eating
it.
the leaf.
You eat it. When you
looks
chew it,
like
it's
a
like
citrus.
yeah.
It looks like a citrus leaf.
Oh, God bless you. I still can't remember the name of it. Now, when I travel,
Did it have health? Does it have health?
it should have.
There's no study.
When I
No
did
study exactly.
the studies are there at the University of Ibadan. If you go, when I did my youth service in Osun State, there was a Christian leader in the state who happened to be a taxonomist. They're also really into plant and trees and stuff. Taxonomy. So something took me to his house. We went there. The man's house is a garden of
A
Eden.
living forest.
In fact, there's a fishery. There, I think there was a piggery. All kinds of animals are there. If they want to give you juice, they'll pluck it from the tree. Yes. The man told me, "Say, young man, come here. Let me show you something." By then, Nigeria had not known much about moringa. He said, "That's that tree. Go there now." I went, say, "Pluck and chew." I said, "Sir, should I?" He said, "Chew it like a goat." That whole Sunday afternoon, I plucked moringa. I chewed until my tongue went black, not green, black. So what he said, it does everything. So it was some months later, we started hearing moringa seed, moringa powder. The tree
So
was
the
in it.
studies are there.
They are there.
So which
They are there.
parastatal is?
They are there. My brother.
I wanted to see a different Nigeria.
That's what I'm asking.
Nigeria is a wealth of knowledge.
That's what I'm asking.
I
The
want to see
person
it
studying
different,
botany, she will end up selling lingerie in a boutique by the roadside.
Or doing makeup.
Yes, because I'm asking, what is how is it that the botanists come out of school and you can't find a correlation between even them and pharmaceutical companies?
Do you get, because they are supposed to understand the properties of these leaves, having grounded themselves in knowledge.
There is pharmaceutical agriculture. That is not the normal general
So I guess as we round off, one thing I'm going to take away, or I want everybody, even those of us watching at home, to take away, is the fact that as far as 9 to 5 is concerned, as far as owning a business is concerned, one of the end of this conversation is to be financially independent, being able to a great degree, cater to yourself and people in your immediate circle. To do that, have a value mindset.
Yes.
So you can operate above the majority. And at the end of the day, when you do that, you just slide through. At first, it might be hard because we are in a consume. What are you doing now? Mindset climb. That's what we think about. Where's your money? Where's your this? But at the end of the day, value is what calls forth money. Value cannot stand on its own. That's what, if you genuinely, when it is value, not a thought of value, when it is actual value, that thing they say is motivational talk, that they will come for you. It's the truth. People will actually come for you when there is value. Because value cannot hide itself.
Yeah.
Value is needed, and value is what we exchange.
But if they're asking which one, sitting down here now, tell you, in Nigeria, hold the two.
Hold the two.
Hold them tight.
Okay.
You don't need to own a shop to own a business. You understand?
I hope we are hearing, in Nigeria,
hold
the two.
You don't need to own a shop to own a business. In the digital world now, if somebody has your address, they can knock on you and say, can you do this?
I'm actually learning today.
I mean,
the consciousness should be holding the two.
Hold the two. Have a job, but never leave whatever about that business you know you're doing. Okay.
So give yourself time to explore, to discover what you would want you would want to be your work.
Yes.
Okay. David, parting thought.
Parting thought will be long. I've always said that enlightenment is what we lack.
Enlightenment. Okay.
Because if you're enlightened, you can do anything.
Sure.
Once you know how to do something, that something will grow into something that will work for you.
Knowledge.
Inevitably.
Knowledge.
Why I'm bringing it down to enlightenment? Because they don't even know is why they are on the streets.
Yeah.
If they knew, are you telling me that
people perish
if you pick one of these Agbero from the streets, take him through adult 6 months education, the basics, and dress this person up and send the person to just the smallest of shops, retailers and everything.
It will handle it different.
Calm down. It's not about the difference. If you send the person to, let's say, every day the person goes to a different shop, he gets turned down. In 3 months, one person will pick up that person. And if you keep grooming that person will grow to become better.
Yeah.
But if we keep on leaving people on the streets, there's nothing like that's going to work. This 9 to 5 and business, the difference is even much, because a 9 to 5 is better than, a 9 to 5 is easier.
You are not carrying risk.
You are not you are not thinking. A 9 to 5 you will sleep. A business you cannot.
There is something they say in Yoruba, especially as regarding 9 to 5 and businesses. It says Ogata Ogauta. That means your company makes profit, you don't make profit. None of my business. Where is my salary? Do you understand?
I get what you just said.
That's the truth.
Now you say 9 to 5, you can sleep for 9 to 5. But you say a business, you cannot sleep. Because you are thinking of expansion.
Yeah.
You are thinking of what you are going to use this money that coming.
Employee management.
You are exactly. There is so much on your mind.
A lot.
You have to have even passed through 9 to 5 to do a business well.
Grow capacity to be able to handle a business. I think we can part on that thought. Thank you very much for today. I won't lie, I'm not there yet. I have learned a lot today. Thank you, David, for joining us on the show. Mr. Cyril, every time. Thank you. Thank you so much. And that's it on this episode of Let's Talk About Tomorrow. Do well to follow us across all social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7. So from us here now, it's bye-bye. Bye for now.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.